Hi, Kelly. Thanks for calling in. How can I help you?
Hi. So it's funny that you have this topic because we just found out that my husband has been diagnosed with a disease that is progressive. And I just learned about this, so it's very new,
It's
but
raw. I can hear it. Yeah.
it's very new. However, we're not that old of a couple. I'm 7 years younger,
Mm-hmm.
and so we're not that old. He will be 51,
Yeah.
and I'm 44, and we have a young child who we
Yeah.
had later in life. And I feel like I have many feelings,
Sure.
but one of them is, I know he's going to need help with this, and it's emphysema. We don't know a lot about it yet, but we'll learn more. But my concern is, like, one of them is, as someone who's his partner, I want to be there for him, but I also don't know how to take care of myself. I'm somebody who is better at taking care of other people than taking care of myself. And I don't want to go down in the process. I don't want to neglect myself in this process of being a strong partner for him. So I kind of, like, I feel a little bit lost. And I don't know. I guess I want to know, like, how do I maintain goals for myself and take care of myself while also being strong and supportive for another person, and to model that for my young son who's going to be 4. He's very young.
Right. So you're going to learn about what surrounds the disease and what's likely to happen and how that's going to impact your world, and your concerns are wanting to be able to be a role model for your son on the one hand. You want to be there for your partner, but you also are very scared, it sounds like, of what's
Yeah.
going to happen to you, because you don't tend to focus on taking care of yourself sometimes, and that's the struggle that you're facing right now. You don't want to sound selfish, but at the same time you don't want to lose yourself in this. I'm stopping it here because some important things have just happened that I'm listening to. First, I'm summarizing what I heard, but I also heard she's someone, and I found this when I've given the mesquite to a lot of people over time, this emotional intelligence test, that sometimes people show up as they have a high score on emotional relationships, taking care of others, but they have a low score on emotion management, taking care of themselves. And so I'm going to be prescriptive later on because I think that's what I'm hearing in Kelly. And I want to give her some tools because I think what she needs to hear, she needs to be okay taking care of herself. And she's someone who thinks that's selfish. She didn't say that, but that's what I think I'm hearing. Okay.
Right, right. And I have so frequently. I've been through a lot with my husband in the past. We've gone through a lot of financial turmoil, and I've really been very supportive of him throughout our whole marriage. And I feel like a lot of times, I have neglected myself, and I've put off things that I've really wanted to do. And I feel like I know that I won't be able to be a good partner if I'm not also taking care of myself as well. And so I guess I just want a little, like, guidance in how do you continue to be supportive of somebody, but also make sure that you take care of yourself.
Well, I think it's going to be different for lots of people. Everybody's sort of somewhat unique, but I don't think your circumstances are unique at all. But the idea of who you are and what your experiences are and why you feel the way you do and why you may not take care of yourself is unique to you. I mean, that's however you were raised, whatever you believe
Mm-hmm.
is important in life.
Mm-hmm.
Those are things that you kind of carry with you. Though one of the
Mm-hmm.
things that jumps out at me, Kelly, just and maybe this is helpful to just think about as a metaphor, is do you fly at all? Have you been on airplanes with your child?
Yes, yes, I have. Yep.
When the flight attendant talks about the oxygen mask dropping down, what they say to the
Yeah.
parents in the airplane.
Yeah, yeah. You put it on yourself first. They see that, which sounds counterintuitive.
because you want to make sure your child's okay. But in trying to help your child, you might pass out.
Right. Right.
To me, for you and for everybody else that's listening that has this capacity to do for others at the same time while you're draining yourself, I think it's really important to hold on to that metaphor. You can't be good to other people. You can't be there for them unless you know you're okay and you're doing things that make sure you're okay and that feels right to you, not selfish. Because there's something that causes people that believe what you believe. And excuse me for being prescriptive here, but you're not the first person I've talked to who has had, has had this kind of experience. And so for me, is this okay to suggest this to you?
Yes, it is.
Okay, because it sounds like you're asking for some help with this. And
I'm stopping again because I do like to ask, is it okay to make a suggestion? Because sometimes people are not okay, and you want to know that before you get into an argument. But that's what I thought you was looking for. I just wanted to confirm that. That's why I asked that.
And you want somebody that might have some kind of expertise in this to say, this is okay. And it's not only okay,
exactly. It's something, right. I struggle with this and I want to change that. And I've been working toward changing that in myself. But then there's a new curveball that when you least expect it, it presents you have another challenge in life that you didn't foresee.
So one of the things that for you to feel comfortable and okay taking care of you, this is the key. You got to know that isn't a selfish behavior, Kelly. It's a behavior that is focused on being there for your child and your husband. Because if you're draining yourself and allowing yourself to be emptied and just be, tired all the time, exhausted, you have no resilience and you just can't pick yourself up in the morning, that helps nobody.
Right. Yeah, that is helpful that's really important to keep in mind.
So one of the perspectives that you need is what's okay. I mean, you can't go wild with this, and I don't think you will. But what is going to be, and this is where you want to think through. So how do I get there? Okay, so if you accept that I'm saying yes, as an expert in the field of being helpful to other people and relationships and all of that, yes, you need to take care of yourself. Okay, it's nice to hear that, but how do I actually do it?
So this is where we explore the understanding part. What is it going to take to make that happen? She's buying into, that makes sense, but what do I do?
Yeah.
And that's kind of key,
I know certain things make me feel better. Like I know having time to exercise is that is so important to me, but it's crazy how something so simple can sometimes be so, I don't know, not get prioritized, I guess. So just something like simple, like exercise, and then continuing to maintain some type of like bonding, like type of fun thing with like a date or something like that, which would be separate from his illness. Like it would just be normal, something like that.
Something like a date night that you pick, that the two of you go out, but maybe even friends, something that you do with friends on occasion.
Yeah.
Even though everybody feels like they need me all the time at the moment, I need to know that I got a day with friends, I got a date with my husband, and that I can go out and exercise. And my explanation to my husband and to my child is, I want to be there as strong as I can be for you, and I need to do these things so that I can be.
Yeah, that is helpful. It's just helpful to hear, but it's also helpful to hear that there's other people in a similar situation, because it does feel isolating.
I mean, a lot of people have financial difficulties, and people face that from time to time, and they deal with it as best they can. But health things, they tend to not get better sometimes. And so if you're going down a trail on a road that knows that it doesn't have a happy ending, well, I mean, we all end at some point. Everything ends at some point. But what can we do along the way to make sure that we have moments in time where it feels like it's worth it? That we're doing things for all of us together to make us a family feel like it's worth it. And I need for myself as an individual to feel like it's worth it at least some of the time, so that I can be there to be as strong as I need to be for the others.
Right.
All of us face challenges, emotional challenges that sometimes stummy us. But I think if we can help people and help yourself understand, how do you want to feel and how do you want your loved ones to feel? And if that means that you got to make time for you, and you talk with them about it, you're transparent about it, you're authentic about it, that,
Mhm.
you're worried and you're scared, but you're going to be as strong as you can be. And these are the things that I need in order to make that happen. So nobody's upset if you're taking time out to go run or go exercise,
Yeah.
whatever that looks like, or that you have some kind of social group because you have other people you can talk to and you're not always focused on just your family.
Right. Yeah. That seems important too.
Those are all things
Yeah.
that usually help in these kinds of circumstances, Kelly.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I really do appreciate it. I really do.
Okay. Well, thanks for calling in, and I appreciate your calling in and having the courage to call in. And I hope that what I've said really resonates with you. And again, I think for me that metaphor about sitting on that plane and thinking about it, I want to help my kid, but if I help my kid and I pass out, I'm not helping anybody.
Yeah. Yeah. That is a good metaphor, which I hadn't thought of at all, but it makes a lot of sense. So I will use that. I will definitely use that. I thank you so much for your insights and thoughts.
You're welcome, Kelly, and best of luck with this.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye now.
So that's it.
That was great. There are so many people that need to hear that exact session. All the people that you're talking about where they score really high on the space of maintaining and building relationships, but not so much in their own space. Mhm.
So that's what I had for you this morning.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm definitely going to have my master's students watch this video so that they can get that historical fun aspect from somebody who's in the know, and then also from the aspect of how do you really, whenever I do my conflict management stuff, I call it diagnosing conflict. This is like diagnosing emotions, right? How do you diagnose those emotions and potentially create a script for going forward?
Well, I'm glad we had the chance, Bobbie Ann, that you and I got to do this today. And if there's a chance to ever work with you on this in real time, that'd be fun to do. And I'm sure you'll find creative ways to use it going forward. So,
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Have a
okay,
lovely rest of your day.
you too.